everyone, and welcome. Today it's all on the table. It is a show called Wonderland Complications. It's very exciting. We have a little trouble with our player, but allow me to show you the story so far. While our last player comes in. So the story so far. Our party, consisting of a sentient piece of cheese, a fallen angel, a centaur with memory. There's more to that than that meets the eye, and a cartoon fox lady. She's mostly human except with fox ears, and also was not originally a cartoon. She got turned into a cartoon accidentally, and which in our setting is distinct, a possibility, but very rare. Most tunes are created and then owned by Wembley Studios, and then there's a whole secondary part in that. But yeah. So the four of them gathered together. They were hired by this woman. Her name, I know her name. Marcia Culfon. Marcia Cuthlan was a woman of some note. She was hey,
Matt,
Micah, excellent.
I know what happened
She
there.
basically she hired them to go find her husband, who she believed had been kidnapped after he built a portal into Wonderland and went through. That's the name, Wonderland Complications. They went to where he was. They claimed he had been kidnapped from the royal court. They have been seeking out. One of their number was then snatched, and they went on a side quest to try to find them. Got harassed by some Tweedles in a random mushroom circle. There were some fights. They managed, and now they are on their way after camping overnight to the House of the Blue, the Green Swords. You're going to see the Green Swords first, who might have taken, you believe, to be responsible for the disappearance of Molly Fox, our cartoon not quite fox, and we shall see if that's true and what they say. You do know that they are aligned with the Orange Cups, who you were with recently. They are an ally, a vassal house, actually. So, that might be useful information you can leverage. Maybe it's useless. Maybe they're going to double cross. Who knows? But you are on your way. The road leads down. You see the fortress ahead of you. Actually, if I recall correctly, you got to the door, talked to them briefly, and then they let you in. So, yeah. Okay, so you are now, the drawbridge is opening. You are in the courtyard of the House of the Green Swords, a house of playing card people who are all have the green swords on their card bodies. They have arms and legs, which are perfectly round flesh, which the intersection point's kind of weird. But yeah, they are sentient playing cards, and they are known to be a little tricky to deal with. You guys have dealt with them in the Court of the Orange Cups, and But yes, you are now in the Court of the Green Swords, a pack of sentient playing cards who are around, and they may have kidnapped your friend. So, are you ready? Let me ask our producer, are we good to go live? Hi. Yes. I'm Lee. I should have mentioned that first. He, they pronouns. I'm running this thing. Why don't we go to Molly the player, and then we can go from there, and then you can pick who goes next. How about that?
Hi, I'm Molly the player. I will be becoming the character of Gorgio. Gorgio, hey, how are you? And next I will hand it off to Molly the fox.
I'm Micah, but I will be inhabiting the character of Molly Fox, intrepid hunter and annoyed cartoon former human.
And continuous unwilling smoker.
Yeah. Yeah, that too. And I believe we have
Hi,
last.
I'm Elle. I will be playing the character, my pronouns are they, them, and I will be playing the character of Kazu Martsu, whose pronouns are he, him. He is a charming cheese person bard, and he likes to flirt with beautiful women. That's basically his entire personality.
I mean, beautiful women are very fun to flirt with, as long as you understand the boundaries. So let us begin. I will start with Molly. You, it's weird. You were just coming out of the Court of the Orange Cups, um, and you guys had heard that the professor and Katsu had been waylaid. There was a couple of footprints. You went to follow them, and then you split off briefly, and then you remember getting hit in the back of the head. You remember like a and then nothing. And then you woke up and everything was gray. And you kind of feel out, and there is at a certain point, right? Like about 5 feet from where your arms end, and as you jump and 5 feet above your head, there is a barrier of some sort, but you can't see it. It's just there, and then everything else is kind of it's gray, and there's and then like 5 feet from where your arm would be if you put it in front of you, and then 5 feet behind you, it's a tiny little bubble of bubble, all gray, nothing in there, and um uh and when you smoke, the smoke curls up, and then it kind of flips and just vanishes. It's weird. It doesn't act the way it does in air, but it also doesn't act like it would if we were hitting, say, a wall, and you were, kind of up in an enclosed room, and the smoke was kind of bouncing around. It's somewhere in between, and that is maybe unsettling, maybe not, but that is where you are right now.
Shite. You again, she says.
Yes. Yeah, it's where you are right now. The rest of you are being led up the promenade, so across the courtyard, and you can see a little bit. There's drilling. The cards are doing spear drills with their sergeant instructor, who is a 9. So but they're doing spear drills, and a lot of there's two distinct groups. One that's 2 through 4, and one is the 5 through 7s. And there's a couple of 8s hanging around, and you notice they all have the same kind of carved symbol, that a holy symbol. And you remember that back in where you were, the clerics who helped you were all 8s. So you're thinking, okay.
Sorry, for
and
a
so
minute I
you
thought you
kind
were
of-
describing their relative attractiveness.
I realized that it sounds like that a little bit, but no. They all are playing cards. They have I can actually give you. No, I can't, because my card deck is used for another thing. But yeah, they're playing cards with the numbers on the front, and you get led up these big stairs and these big double doors that have the 2 green swords painted on them, and through a hallway, and you can see there's orange cups. There's these 2 big banners that have the orange cups, and then the 2 other big banners next to them, one on each wall, that have the green swords. And there's a couple of long wooden tables kind of along the edge, and that's and a carpet, a green one, um, with black swords kind of stenciled in, and it leads you into a little bit of a upstairs, and then another door, and there are hallways going off this as well, occasionally, you see, and a couple of um, uh, um, some 3s running around, 3s and 2s running around, and up at the top you find a door, and then on the either side, what were you gonna ask?
Do things feel, does this, like, looking around, like, as I'm walking on the carpet, is it a consistent, does this like, is my sensory input matching what I'm seeing?
Oh yeah, it's almost certainly not it doesn't seem obviously an illusion. Like when you put your foot down, the ground does.
Cool.
I don't know if you're gonna go touch the walls, but the carpet does
No.
feel slightly more give than the stone. Um, the banners do kind of uh, tweak a little when there's the breeze blows, when the door blows up and there's a slight breeze, and the banners do flutter a little. Like it's consistent with a thing that exists in a physicality, but the only way to prove it would be to go touch the walls, or I mean, you could if you want, but yeah, it doesn't seem any
I would
kind
have
of
to get the
like
Jeffrey first, and then I'd be able to touch the furry walls.
oh, um, but yes, you make your way up, and there are two guards on either side of the door, both nines who clear their throats. Halt! And they go in perfect unison. Halt! Who goes there? And the guard escorting you kind of looks to you and says, and kind of gestures.
Hello, hello. Somebody ordered a party service with a bard. I'm here for the birthday party.
And you'll hear, and Gorge will knock her bracelets together, and there will be like some sparks behind them. I'll use thaumaturgy to just kind of create like either cheering or sparks behind Katsu.
Ooh, fun. Okay. And the guards look at each other. We hadn't planned on throwing a party. He didn't want one. Okay, roll a deception check.
I was
Because it does happen to be one of Jack's birthdays. So
all right.
yeah.
Did we give a
good
reason
at
when what reason did we give when we came in?
You were summoned. Yeah, you found a little note. I will mention that you had a note saying, "Please come to the cut of green cups." It was a little, I believe it was a signed. Did not remember to write down who signed it, but it was signed.
So
Well,
that is a 6. That's a 16. We have a note. It says there is a birthday party.
He kind of frowns. May I see the note?
Yes, says come.
He looks at that, looks at the signature, looks at you. Frowns. Says something to the others. He kind of whistles, and a young 3 comes up. He mentions something. 3 runs off. Says, "Wait here." And kind of shift awkwardly. And the professor also kind of shifts awkwardly. And
How,
actually, no, they stop the professor and they say he has to wait in the courtyard. Yeah.
Listen, it's
Yeah.
it's not the professor. Listen, the professor is not wildlife. He shall not be kept in a stable. He must walk with us.
They kind of look at each other. Yes. All right.
Good card.
I do a lot of birthday parties, so I get a note and I assume it is for another birthday party.
I
Pulls out
see.
lute and strums lute.
Like adjusting her cape over the weaponry on her back. She dings it again, and there's
And yes, lots of acrobatics and big, strong, me short, small, duo, right?
I
kinda look-
attempt to backflip.
You can attempt a backflip if you want.
Oh God.
Go for it. You have to roll an acrobatics check, and it's going to be a pretty tough DC.
I would give you bardic inspiration. I'd pat you on the shoulder and give you bardic.
Can I do it? Can I brute force a backflip? Can I make it athletics?
Yes, but it will be very different results. But you can do athletics.
What's your bardic? 6?
A 6.
11 is that? Wait, I don't know which is which. Nope, that's a 6. 5, 11 plus strength 3 plus proficiency 2, so that'll be 16.
So
16.
you do get a you get a jump. You get a landing on your hands, and then you kind of so you stand there for a minute, and then you luck forward, and then manage to pull up into a not fall flat on your face, kind of scuff backward. It's very like a training exercise, and not a like it looks very much like a strength push-up thing, and not like a graceful jump. But you pull off something cool without falling, and it's guard kind of looks at you.
What did you want? This is what we do for entertainment in my country.
Roll a deception check.
You don't.
I should stop talking. I'm sorry. It's a 10.
Ah, you see, a comedy duo! Yay! And just his jazz hands.
And the guards are looking at each other, frowning. Mm-hmm. And then finally, the someone comes forward, looks at you. Oh, so you came. Excellent. Plan is working. And the guards turned, and it wasn't a birthday party, I'm guessing, right? No. Although it is amusing you assumed so. I don't think I would go to all this trouble of summoning you for a mere birthday. The Jack is well, let's just say he is kind of size. In any case, unimportant. I did not summon you for birthday shenanigans, although it might be interesting. He might assume so. No, I summoned you because one of your number is here. We've come into contact with one of your number who I'm sure you have been missing. Kind of raised.
Yes.
You see.
And kind of nods, and one of the other Jacks come forward, and she kind of looks at you. Oh, all right. We have, oh no, one of the aces. Sorry, one of the aces comes forward. And it's like, this is interesting. You said they were. All right. No, I held up my end of the bargain. Come, let me introduce you before my mother.
I would like our friend back first. Not to be impolite, but we're helping our friends with the orange cups, and
Oh,
you have borrowed one of my friends.
yes, the orange, and she kind of looks down. Our friend, uh, she's being held here, and we have her as a show of good faith, but you have to come into the throne room first.
Hello? Is anyone there? I really need to pee.
I'll defer to Kazu as the milder mannered but sharper flavored of the two of us.
Ciao. We I cannot perform without the third member of our group.
You are a bard of some renown, I would imagine. You,
Say,
you do have a certain flair for telling tales, as it were. Uh,
I have no look. You give me a note. I assume it for birthday party. If it was not for birthday party, then that is fine, and I have misunderstood the situation. However, I would still like to be able to assist you, and I need my manager here to do that, and that is Molly.
yes, and
So
which
I
is
need
why you
to
come
have
through
my
here.
agent.
One of the nines, Ithkar, one of the nines, is agreed to help us and has your friend. And then they turn, Ithkar, roll a persuasion check.
Okay. Okay. Just double checking which one was my expertise. It's not that one. 13.
I would very much like to hear.
Oh wait, no.
First,
That's a lie. That's not. Sorry, it's not 13. It's 14 because I can't roll lower than a 10.
14. Oh, and I would very much like to hear you perform. However, Ithkar is not here, and Ithkar has your friend.
Well,
Where's
go get his
Ithkar?
card then.
Ithkar is through here. Kind of gestures to the door. He's personally attending my mother.
And so Molly is also attending your mother?
She is there in the room, yes.
All right. And what's your
Okay.
name?
Elena.
Good to remember, Elena. I enjoy people are truthful with me, and I'm excited to see that payoff.
Yes. It was a interesting plan, I admit. But kind of glances at the other one who's there. I seem to think it had paid off, so perhaps it was not as foolish as I thought. Come. And she kind of steps forward and looks to Ithkar and says, gee, you come in. And there's the grand throne room with the king and the queen and the jack on the throne, and then a bunch of aces kind of around. And then surrounding them, you have a bunch of nines. Um, and one of them comes forward. This was all your plan, wasn't it? Yes. And kind of looks out. Ithkar. And he kind of comes forward. My lady, would you mind? Because Your Majesties, I present to you Kasu, I believe you said your name was, and traveling companions who are here on behalf of Ithkar. Would you open the thing? And Ithkar says, very well, and takes out a large iron sphere and just clicks the top, and poof. So Molly, you feel this whoosh, and you are thrown upward. There's bright, blinding light for half a second and pressure, and then you're standing there. You fall a few feet to the a few inches to the ground, and you're just standing in the middle of a courtroom. Well, not a courtroom, but the main hall, audience chamber of a kingdom, with a bunch of playing cards, all green swords, and your friends are there, with one of the aces, kind of um, presenting them.
Wow, very nice to see you again. Can I bum a smoke?
We are having some technical difficulties here, I believe. Yes. And
I
Just table. There we go.
I'm
there you are. Okay, good. So you are
So
appeared.
Molly looks around at all the armed guards everywhere in this place that she wasn't before. I don't know where she was before.
Out in the forest, kind of
And the forest.
following
Okay, well, in
tracks.
that case, she's going to just look around and just say, whatever it was, I didn't do it.
Guards look at each other. Queen clears her throat. Yes, I seem to think, I admit, Elena, that your plan, as ill-advised as it seems, perhaps has worked, and that we have the entire group here now. Although if they'll help us, and she kind of turns to you, we desperately need your assistance. He says, desperately is a little strong. And she turns to him and, no, things are going off the rails a bit. And if certain people find out we were involved, it might go worse. So, are you willing to help us?
I have absolutely no ability to say yes or no to that question. You kidnapped my friend and now you're being sketchy. Tell me what you want.
see.
Kind of size. The kidnapping was not my idea, but Alina, and kind of trying to articulate this in a way that makes sense. It was done, and Alina was convinced that it was the correct course of action, given that we needed assistance. Uh, our plan was to, well, once I found out what had happened, I intended to hold Ollie for 2 days and then ask her for help. It seems, though, that we have a lot of you, so perhaps it worked.
What would you like help with?
We need you to figure out whether the Blue Cross has double crossed us or not, and
Molly,
find the victim. I would say is the correct term. Hostage.
Molly is currently hopping from one foot to the other and just puts up a hand and says, excuse me, can I use the wee girl's room?
Kind of points, and mutters to one of the guards who kind of, I'll show you the way, and kind of. So yeah, you get let off into a small side antechamber with a small toilet, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So now Molly's gone.
Kidnapped again. Blue Cross has got her this time.
And so, so uh, yes. So your the Blue Crosses may have double crossed us. We had an equitable arrangement, perfectly equitable arrangement, given the circumstances, that they would help us by bringing a certain hostage to us who had himself been kidnapped, and we were going to return him as a show of good faith, as part of a negotiation with the other queen, as to get a smaller percentage. And the details aren't important. We were returning him to somewhere where he would have his own free will. However, it seems to have gone poorly. According to their emissary, he escaped. However, even if he did escape, we still need to figure out where he went. He Wonderland is not a kind place to those who have no knowledge. So it would be in everyone's best interest to find out where he went and what happened to him. And if the Blue Crosses did indeed double cross us.
Who is this hostage?
I believe his name. Someone from your plane of existence. Yes, you are from the
Lee, you're muted.
Wonderland. At least has doesn't have the gall to call itself that. Given there are so many. But yes, you are from Genesis, I believe.
Yes.
Hmm.
Not most recently.
That is fair. There are some. I think what was his name? Kind of turns to her husband. His name was Arthal Cuthlon. Yes, Arthal Cuthlon, a merchant of some renown who had a business deal that he was going to. I mean, we have our side gig with the Munchkins, but that's not. We do need funds, and it would have been a very useful thing. Plus, it would have endeared us to the Queen. Him going missing because we weren't responsible, I don't think it will deflect on us. But it would be nice to know if the Blue Cross has double crossed us, and also, well, let's just say, if he does get into the wrong hands, and it was found out that we hired the Blue Crosses, things could go badly. They will sell us out in a heartbeat, whether they double crossed us or not.
Who brokered this deal?
He kind of turns. The Jack kind of. I was, and he kind of steps forward. I was sent as the emissary to the court of the Blue Crosses, and I spoke with one of their aces, Nazira.
Green Swords is where you have a contact, right, Al?
Um,
I think
rogue
yes.
contract, right? That's the under.
No, it's because of my background as a criminal.
Yes, like I said, rogue contract. The rogues are the ones who usually have that, but as a bard, yes. I've done that particular combination. Yes. So yes, you do. Your contact is Rico, who is a 10 of the Blue Crosses. So
Okay. So
I mean,
you
we could talk. We could talk to my friend,
a friend.
but I don't know that we can guarantee anything.
You have connections within
Ah,
the
look, we cheese people. We use the term friend, in a broad sort of way.
I see.
You know,
I
my
would have
friend.
thought.
the birthday business is like that.
And Jack blinks.
Yes.
You remembered.
Every day is my birthday, you know?
You remember the kind of clears his throat. Uh, I kind of glances at them, then frowns. Oh yes, of course. It was simply a ploy. I understand. Um, but yes, of course. Then
Boy, no. No, no, no. It, again, everybody has a birthday party. Chances are one of you has your birthday coming up. I like to
Queen says,
perform for birthdays.
I
It is as simple as that.
And the light cantrip goes off, and her bracelets start to shine, and she
um
starts going like this.
I that might be true, and he kind of frowns.
That's
Kind
because
of
it
glances
is.
at them, glances at all the other aces who all huff, but look at each other, look at you, and Alina says, I suppose we could throw a birthday party if given the circumstances.
I'm not saying you have to throw a birthday party. I'm just saying if there's a birthday party, I am invited because I am the entertainment. And therefore, since there are almost always birthday parties around, I am always invited.
Molly walks in at that point and says, "Whose birthday is it?"
Uh, and then the Jack.
Your
It's,
darling.
The
it's not
professors.
important. It's not important. It's not important.
Because if we're having a party, I'm up for that.
So if we recover this man that you want to return to his freedom,
Yes.
um, what will you do for us?
Well, we would start with uh, the peaceful release of your friend. That would be, of course.
Did that
Oh
already
no.
happened?
No,
Well,
that's happening either way.
Yes.
roll an intimidation check.
I will
Course.
100%. Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah,
mean, you're
that's
the
no problem.
scary one.
Who's ruling this?
Um,
I'll do that, no problem.
you can use strength instead of charisma for
Can
your.
I help
It's
by
a wash.
by looking Can I help by looking beefy?
You know what? Yes, because you're also pushing this,
I
so
am
you would
a
get advantage.
large cheese person.
That's fair.
Okay, dirty 20.
I'm shaped like a barrel.
And the queen kind of looks at you, looks at her husband, who sighs and says, "Yes, yes, that is happening." And the queen says, "All right, then, what would you usually take in payment for a job like this?"
What I would usually take. And she'll say 1,000 platinum.
And the queen kind of blinks. Wow.
Might have been cheaper if you hadn't locked me in a tiny wee box for 2 days first.
Correct.
Sighs. What about something worth well more than 2,000 platinum? Well, at least more than 8,000.
Oh, and the price of your relationship with the orange cups, just in case we should remember to mention that you helped steal someone from their house.
Yes. That. Kind of sighs. I mean, that was. We are a vassal of them. We have no choice but to be useful to them. We would have been obligated as vassals to attempt this rescue anyway. We'd hoped for something more to leverage it, but you might say what you wish to the Queen of the Orange Cups. I cannot stop you. Because If you say we were involved in the kidnapping, we can explain ourselves. If you don't say anything, we simply didn't know to stop it.
Maybe it's just me, but I can't hear you, Lee.
Oh,
It is
dang.
just you.
Okay. More technical difficulties.
So, so, Gorge will say, "Hmm. Well,
However,
I'm not one much for talking, but an item of of adequate value does
yes.
intrigue me."
I'm trying to remember. You got. That's who had the. We do have a magical artifact that has been known to heal. And of course, we can offer you three of our snuffle beasts, which would fetch an incredibly high price if you were to bring them back to the prime material plane, being of extreme value and rarity.
Does Molly know what those creatures are?
Uh, she kind of gestures for one of the nines, and he kind of comes forward. And she explains, and he goes off, whistles. You can see, and after a minute, you have um, two threes come in with snuffle beasts. Um, they are puff. Think of the fluffiest thing you've ever seen, and then multiply the fluff by two. They're just big balls of fluff. You can kind of see some sort of leggy things that come forward, and there's like a little nose, and they come and they snuffle. And they're sniffing and moving about.
They're very
Beautiful.
cute, but are they dangerous at all?
She shrugs. They can be used in effectively deployed in many situations, but in terms of physical actual danger, immediate, no.
And how much do they eat?
They feed on ambient energy.
Oh, that's quite cheap. That's a very cheap pet, actually. Okay, that sounds good to me. Let's take them. And the magic artifact doodad, that too.
Um, kind of nods. Says something to another one of the nines who kind of nods and brings out a box. And um, inside the box, and it's this beautifully carved wooden box inlaid with jade and turquoise and this red stone as well. It's brilliantly done in all these gorgeous patterns, and brings it forward um, and opens it up. And inside is a small golden feather.
Okay.
Um,
Is that a phoenix feather?
no, it was forged in that shape.
Let's see. Very realistic.
Yes.
And so, what of this feather?
Well, if you were to touch it, um, it does have certain powerful magical effects on those who touch it.
I'm gonna cast Detect Evil and Good.
Oh, all right. So detect good and evil, or evil and good, is the 5e version. All right, let's see.
Does
'Cause
it have evil particles on it?
um, let's see. You
That's
know
literally what
if
it
there
is.
is. Hang on. Let me see what exactly you find out, because certain variants. Let's see. You know if there's an aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead within 30 feet of you, as well as okay. Or if there is a place or object within 30 feet that has been magically consecrated or desecrated. So you would basically know that. While it does have vague fey energy, it has not been desecrated. That is to say, it hasn't been specifically evil. It doesn't have evil juice evil vibes as you put it. It hasn't been specifically created to do bad things by a fiend of some sort, by something inherently evil. So it's kind of neutral in its vibes. Weirdly fayish, not quite fey, but like it, almost. Um,
Could we ask the professor to arcana it?
um, yes, you could. Um,
18, probably 3 intelligence, 2 proficiency. So
oh,
that's
you rolled on his
23.
behalf, right? Let me look at the character sheet. Arcana. Nope, that's not it. Um, right. Nope. Nope. Let's see. I had
Me when I
a
walk into the snake exhibit at a zoo. Nope, 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 nope,
um.
nope, 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 nope.
Right. This is the yes. Character sheet. Here we go. Uh. Okay, Professor. Oh, here we go. Yes. Good. Yes, proficiency 2. So, Arcana is not a proficiency. Intelligence is only so +2. Arcana, basically.
Dirty 20.
And yeah, that it doesn't add up. But okay, we can math that later. Point being works. Okay. Point being, yes. Has okay. Why are those? Okay. But yeah, it is +1. So you rolled an 18 on the die. You said
Yes.
so it's 19.
This-
Um,
The professor has a 12 intelligence,
no, +14. So +2.
so it'd be a 20.
Yes. Oh yeah, it says +1 on the sheet. For some reason that I need to fix that. Yes, it's a +2. Right. Yes, +2. Okay.
It's like I don't even
+2.
think they could have taken a, a level in wizard. No, they
Um,
could have. They could have. They could have.
yes, but didn't. So, no, the professor isn't a wizard.
Hmm.
But,
What do I know?
yes, does have a magical. No, it's not magic, but does have a some skill and will look it over and say, yes, I believe it would grant some sort of flight-based power based on the look of it. It does appear to have been kind of glancing crafted in the Feywilds, if I believe correctly. Uh, although that might suggest tech. No, the Fey are, of course, notoriously. But yes, I believe it is. So it would probably have some sort of beauty glamour effect as well, given the nature of the Fey. But yes, flight-based powers most likely. It is not harmful, and it doesn't seem to have any permanency, which means if whatever it is can be easily reversed. There's no curse to it.
Are you offering this to us now, or is this the artifact?
This is the artifact.
I would love this.
All right,
This would be exact. This is exactly what I need.
and the guard puts the cap back on. Bring the professor. You can have 2 of the snuffle beasts now, 1 more, and the artifact on completion.
Wonderful.
Right, maybe you can just keep the snuffle beasts here. I mean, we don't really want them taking up space while we're doing whatever it is we're doing, right?
Just in case you decide to kidnap them again, let's just skip that step, and you can just keep them.
We would not. He huffed. Look, kidnapping your friend was not my idea.
Bloody stupid idea. That's what it was.
It worked. I will admit that. And Alina, I just thought that since it already happened, we should leverage it. Glance at the other, who is
Well,
no
mischief
longer there.
managed.
Okay, roll a perception check. Okay,
17.
17. You notice that as Molly's released, one of the so there were two who came with you. There was um Ithkar, who had brought you in, and then there was Alina who had um presented you as an ace. She had that kind of authority to do so. There was another with her, who had sent the note allegedly, who vanished. Didn't vanish. Simply walked out the door during the discussion with the queen. Slipped away.
Um, I'll make a note of that, and I'll kind of whisper that to Katsu. Um, just kind of noting that there was someone who slipped out, and that we might seek that. Did I get a number on them?
6. Yeah,
There's a
she has a 6.
6.
Yes.
Did it seem like? Yeah. Okay. Cool. Right.
Yeah. Who never introduced, other than the first initial on the note, signed note, did not
Was it
introduce no
weird that
names.
was it weird that there was a 6 in the room?
Um, uh, it was unusual. Usually, they might have a couple 8s. Like 7 would be high up, so a little not, but usually it's 8s and the 9. 8s are more clerics, so 7s are usually the lowest level that come in, but 6 is relatively high level. Also, she came in with the ace. So, as an ace, and therefore a daughter of the court, Alina is allowed to bring, have her own entourage if she wants. This 6 was part of her entourage, had brought her in here as a co-conspirator of some sort in some sort of scheme that had transpired, as kind of the face of the thing. So
Is
you
there
got the sense that she was kind of pulling the strings, and Alina was just kind of going along with it, for whatever
is
reason.
is there an ace that responded poorly to what Elena was saying? Like that was like rolling their eyes or was having trouble like keeping their
Interesting.
face
Roll an
straight?
insight check. Yeah.
Sorry, I will be quiet and let other people play the game as well. It's an 8.
They all seem kind of quiet. They're all pretty well schooled at, all the ones in the throne room are pretty well schooled. They're trying not to be noticed. Yeah, they're trying not to attract attention. They're trying to keep up appearances, and there's not a lot of like. They're trying to present a united front when they're outsiders in the court and not, give away much.
Okay. Cool. Who would sorry.
Gorge, Kaz, I don't mean to interrupt this little negotiation, but I've been here 2 days in a tiny box and I'm bored shitless. Shall we go and deal with this little problem and then get on with our other missing persons issue?
I believe that these two are one and the same.
Are
My
they the
last
same person?
yes.
I and
Why didn't you just ask us in the first place?
That
that would have perhaps been better, but you'd already been taken at that point. Besides which, we had no grounds to ask you for anything, given I didn't even know you were here in Wonderland until, well, certain factors were brought forward. However, you, Kasu, you said your name was the bard of some skill who always performs at birthday parties.
Yes.
You said you had a friend, even using the term loosely, in the Court of the Blue Crosses.
Yes.
If you leveraged that, just to know if the party they sent had or had not actually managed to procure him, or whether he did in fact slip off in all the chaos, or they took him for their own ends. The Blue Crosses are notoriously
I'm
notorious,
sorry.
I will say.
I will need you to tell me again the name of the person who may or may not have been caught.
His name was, and kind of looks at her husband, who Arthur Cuthlon, a merchant of some skill from the material plane, from Genesis, rather.
Right. Yes. I will find out.
And the king kind of says, that would be very prudent. The
And then
artifact.
I'm going to use the usual routes, but perhaps particularly discreet. Use the network to get a message to Rico.
Yeah, I'm sure you can figure out a way to do that. What would you like to send him?
I'm gonna say that I'd like to meet. I think.
All right.
I'm gonna ask to meet, and would I have an idea of somewhere neutral?
So the courts, there are the courts. A good neutrality is not the forte, but there are certain courts that will broker for a certain fee meetings between two parties. However, if you send this message, you can easily find a Tweedle who will take it and even be discreet about it. Because they are kind of everyone's, they have their own code, but they do generally work for various factions. The question on this is, so the court of the blue crosses is surrounded by a mire, this really ugly, swampy part. And Jack will tell you, if you are going to the court of the blue crosses, there is a passcode, I believe is the right term, that should allow you to pass undetected. Or rather, not undetected. That was the wrong. I misspoke. Unimpeded. If used on the Mirelings.
I don't want an official meeting. What
right,
I
but
want
so
is just
right is a subtle one. So you get that from the prince, what tells you that the passcode that he was given to walk to go between the across the mire to see the blue crosses without getting attacked by their guards is cataclysm. However, you if you kind of leave I'm guessing you're gonna leave the court of the green swords.
That's the idea.
All right. So as you leave the court of the green sword,
for me, I mean, that's what I'd look at, but I'm not the one making the executive
right. So yes,
decision here. I'm gonna say to the others, well, I think my contact might be able to give us what more information that may help us to determine what has occurred on this occasion. So, make sense?
If it makes our job easier, we might as well. Right?
All right.
Yes.
Okay. And yeah, so you guys head out, and a couple of the nines come up, Ithkar included, to give you an honor guard on your way out.
That won't be necessary.
They're gonna follow anyway.
I'll try. So, as a 9, you worked very hard to be where you are.
Yes.
What's up with that 6 just being in the court?
I kind of sighs. Ithkar knew her. She's, I believe, Ithkar's lover. Although says, she's simply clever and had a plan that I was sure would work.
Oh, I'm honestly just curious. I'm still learning about card culture, and I hadn't seen many sixes. So to see one there is, has she
Um,
always been part of the green swords?
yes, of course. We're all born into our houses.
Oh, of course. Thank you for sharing that with me.
She was the one that told you to kidnap me.
Uh, she organized the
Right,
expedition
that's it.
herself.
I'm going
She
to
had a few
get
of
her a
the
new suit.
um,
And
Molly storms off to find her.
uh,
Gord's
you
just
would
like, no, 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 no.
uh,
All in good time. All in good time. Let's get my wings back, and then.
Fine. We'll do it your way.
um, she honestly meant you no harm, and if they had failed to come, I am sure she would have petitioned for your release.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, she seems like an intriguing figure. I would
She is
love to make her acquaintance sometime.
kind of frowns. She is ambitious, I'll give her that, and she is he kind of sighs. She knows what she wants, and she was a two, born to parents who were threes, um, and therefore was never getting much of a rank. Um, Worked her way up very diligently up the ranks, and she's kind of sighs. She is she could very well be a seven, should be a seven or even a nine. She's smart and clever, and the other guy says he's a car's
I'm
lover.
sure she is. I'm sure she is. But as a de facto 10, I can't relate.
Um, and they kind of lead you out through the main hallway, through the courtyard to the gate, and yeah, there you find yourself outside the court. And you said you wanted to ask around, see if you can get a message to the Court of the Blue Crosses, to get a message with Rico. That was your plan?
Specifically to get a message to Rico.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you.
Because I figured it's an underground network, so it's not within the. It's not as written. It's an underground network.
Yes,
so
it's who has contacts with who. Yes. So.
Yeah. It wouldn't
you
be
would,
through official channels. I just want
no,
to get a
it would
message
be
to
underground secondary. Yeah. So yeah, you
to
can
Rico and ask to meet in. You said it's a big swampy area, right? Is there
Yes.
like a tree or a particular landmark that I would know of there?
No, you know of Rico because reputation, he's of the Blue Crosses, and he's the one. Anyone who wants to have dealing, the mafia. You've met mafiosi before, lower ranked members of the mafiosi, and you know that anyone wants any dealings with Wonderland in terms of crime, they have, and they're in. They're in with the Wonderland. He's their guy.
Okay.
He's their go between. So, you don't know much about him other than he's the guy you want to talk to if you, and you can pull some favors maybe with him. He might be able to help you.
So then what I'm going to suggest to the group is then that we just go there. I get a message through to Rico as we go to the court of the Blue Crosses. And the message I'll send to Rico will be to give out a good signifier. To wear an origami crane lapel pin or something like that, like on his person.
Okay.
So that I'll know him. Because if I don't know what he looks like,
right,
I don't know him by reputation. I want to make sure that
you get the right guy.
That I get the right person.
All right.
And I'll say that I will have one too, and I'll give him a code which is 1,000 years of peace to you, and then he can respond with "May it always be so."
All right. Got code phrase. I'm gonna write this down so he knows. Okay.
I mean, I'm gonna say this in consultation with the others. What do the others think?
That's some
Uh,
proper spy skullduggery nonsense. Is it necessary?
well, we need to extricate someone that they might be holding as a high price. Potentially, yeah.
Suppose
I
so.
I just I just don't know what we are going to get ourselves into. You know, the Blue Crosses, if I remember correctly, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but I remember the Blue Crosses are known to be challenging.
Yeah, they're sketchy as heck. They pull deals with everyone. They're shifty. Yeah.
Right.
However,
So
if you want something done subtly, they're your guys. So that's why the green swords asked for them their help, because they knew they could get, they'd help with this. They'd go behind. There are certain other factors in this as to why they pulled the blue crosses as their go-to muscle for this endeavor.
yeah. Okay, so that's what I'll do. I'll write that note. I'll find some paper to
Okay.
make an origami crane that
Sure.
I'll ferret away in my bag if that's cool. And I guess we can start making our way downtown, walking fast.
Faces pass.
Um. Yes. So yes, you go and you slowly but surely make your way, um, and you get to the edge of the swamp, and it's a very marshy area, and the messenger you sent has presumably been through as well, um, and you see there is a there's no road. You can kind of see the up in the distance the blue crosses, but there's no road, no obvious path, just swamp. And the road splits actually around the swamp, uh, uh, so presumably going somewhere else. But there's no road, just the swamp. And as you kind of, if you want to keep going forward, there, you can.
So like we see the keep, it's in the middle. There's two roads
Yes.
that go around,
Yeah.
and we were told that we had to go through the swamp to get to the keep.
Well, yes. None of the roads. It's pretty obvious that none of the roads lead. There's no road leading to it. So,
Cool. Is
I
there
mean,
like
unless
a
you have
clear
braved get.
portcullis? Like, do we see an entrance?
Oh yes, there is a wall, and there is definitely a way through. You have to go to the. Yeah, you can kind of see a break in the wall where there's probably a gate or entranceway of some sort. Yeah, it's not completely walled off. It's just surrounded by swamp that you have to walk through.
Okay, is this the same day?
Yes, I would say you got up and you were kind of there. So it's about probably got to the court of the blue, the green swords by roughly noon, probably a little before. So you're probably early, like 1 p.m. at the most, somewhere between like 12:30 and 2. So you got a couple hours of daylight. Um, you've got some time to do what you're trying to do.
Right. So I will we'll kind of have my pike out as a walking stick to go through this muck in
Mm-hmm.
front of me.
Onigi's a piggyback gorge. Any fancy getting my feet wet? You know, ink and everything.
Can you, yeah, no problem. Yeah, and she'll just tap and have you pop up.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what else could I do here.
Yeah.
Um, can I? So I have some bones. Okay, I have some bones. I have some rib bones that I found on a creature.
Yes. Oh, that
Yes.
you found in the place right, the fire pit. Yes.
Yes. I want to use those, like, if I can affix them with rope to the bottom of my feet somehow, like down, so I can like
Oh,
be on top of the mud a little bit.
yeah. Here's an interesting thought though. As you find all these stones, and you realize that if you go from stone to stone to stone, you don't have to step in the muck. They're about foot distance apart. Um, uh, yeah.
Okay, so then I'll just kind of I'll break off a tree branch from one of the nearby trees, so I have like a walking stick to
Mhm.
balance myself with.
Yeah. Okay. And as you break it off, the tree goes. "Ew, oh, oh,
I'm very sorry. I'm new here. I didn't realize that would hurt you, and I'll put one point of lay on hands into it.
oh, 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 oh." And the tree kind of sighs. Oh.
Do you talk?
Yeah, I, no, but I, I, I speak to those who can hear.
Okay. Um, is this the best way to go towards the castle?
Yeah, yeah, it is. This is the only way to move along the stones and down, perhaps a little further to the east, but you should be able to work your way there. No, no, not quite the problem. The Mirelings, you have a word for the Mirelings.
Yes.
Yes?
Yep. And a pike. Um, so do did you see someone that looks kind of like me? Clearly not a card or a chess person.
There are, was a Tweedle that came, but they pass messages to and fro quite often, I would imagine. He has the word that they give to the others to pass messages, not a sort of thing. The Myrlings don't question that. They question those who don't have words.
So you haven't seen any people that look like me, kind of? Maybe not green hair, but maybe
Uh,
brown, older.
Human.
Yes.
Oh, well, they brought one forward, but that was many. Well, the cards brought. Uh, they had he was with them.
Okay. Well, thank
Myrlings
you.
don't touch them. They know better than to mess with the cards.
Okay. Um, thank you. I'm so sorry about your finger. I didn't
No, it's
realize.
they do grow back. It's just very few people take the time to talk. You know, we don't see much. We hear and see, but not. We have very little use to offer them. We cannot help with the Myrlings. You know. We cannot fight, and that is the main concern of most is the Myrlings.
Well, I will make sure to put out some fires for you in memory of you.
Oh, yes. Burn. I have heard from in the wind from the others that the burn is his pain, but there's no
We
fire
will
here.
we will prevent the burn. I will save another tree from burning
Oh, well,
as a
I
thank
suppose
you.
that
I
is
don't know what else I could do for you.
no. Just to talk is it is interesting to talk to mortals. What 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 plane from you do you come from?
The place where they have all the gold and none of the money. and she'll tap her spear twice, and she'll start. I bid you a good day.
Be careful. The Mirelings, if you have no word, they will. I cannot stop them.
Thank you for your watchful eye.
All right. And yeah.
She'll walk away.
All right.
Wonderland, weird place. Really weird place.
And oh yeah, Molly's just been sitting on my shoulder the whole time.
Right.
All right. So yeah, and so she'll use the stick to balance herself along, spear
Yeah.
in one hand, stick in the other, make sure
Yeah.
she doesn't fall.
Yep. So you just hop from stone to stone, and Kasu, you manage. It's a little tricky because your legs are kind of stubby and short. I believe your size small or medium. Is Kasu size small or medium? And can you hear me?
Yes. Sorry, I
Okay.
thought you were referring to Molly, and
No.
I'd
No,
gone
Kasu.
asleep for half a second. Kasu is classified as a size small.
Yes. So you would have a
And-
little bit of trouble getting from. Roll an acrobatics check. Very low DC.
My walking speed is also not very fast.
That's true too. But
What did you say? What role am I doing?
acrobatics.
Acrobatics.
Yes.
Good at that.
Or-
Okay. I'm usually good at that. Just check this here. Okay. So that is going to be a wait a second, sorry. 8, 10, 12.
Plenty. 12 is plenty. It was, like I said, very low DC. You do manage. It's hard. You kind of have to hop a little bit. They're set far apart in consideration of medium sized, and they're about 2 feet around in diameter. So they're, small, but edge to edge, you can kind of scuffle forward, and it's just it's meant for, you have to like take extra big steps to get from one edge to the other.
Right.
You do manage.
Molly kind of leans over and just says,
Usually I
"Hang
just
in
climb
there."
on the. Yes. Has the professor come with us? Where's the professor stage? Because usually I would just climb up on the professor's back, is what I've
You
done
can, yes.
previously.
In fact, it's quite. I don't mind giving you a ride. Hop aboard, and yeah, now you have a ride.
Grazie.
Molly wrinkles her nose at the general stench in the swamp and says, "Well, one good thing about this, Kaz, is at least it hides your natural manly odor."
Yes. Well, I thought you liked my pheromones, Molly.
It's certainly a characteristic smell.
It
Yeah.
is one that, how do you say, brings all the boys to the yard.
Bet it does.
How often are you shaken? I always assumed you were stirred.
It depends, but it's more of a fermentation process, so it's a lot of shaking going on inside me.
I see a lot of wriggling poking out of you.
Wriggling, shaking, it's no big difference.
Yes. You clop along, and the professor seems adept at and she's interesting with 4 legs, but seems to adept at going through, and perhaps unusually so. And you make your way. Roll a perception check.
Anyone have me?
All of you can roll it. I assume you're all looking around.
Nat 20, baby.
Oh,
16.
good. You have a warning. So you see them out of the corner of your eye coming. you probably would have seen them before they attack, but you see them well before they attack. It's interesting. They're difficult to see because they have their exact they are the exact color of the swamp water. And they have these big eyes, pupilless, the color of the stones. No hair, no 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 hair, no anything.
Can I do some sort of a check to figure out what the hell these are? These swamp things
Yeah.
with no hair?
We got the word from them, right?
I'll tell everybody first of all that they're coming.
Okay.
Did we get the word from the people?
Did we? Yeah.
Oh yes.
didn't we?
You got a word called catastrophe. It was
Yeah, it was catastrophe.
that was your or cataclysm. Yep, the word was cataclysm.
Cataclysm.
Right.
That was what the Prince of the Green Sword said that he had been given by what's her name? Nazira, who was the ace that was his liaison with them.
But I don't know exactly what these things are, right? Because you just described them as like swamp things with swamp-colored hair, but
Yes.
you didn't give me a name for them, so I
Oh
presume
no,
that's 'cause I don't know what they are.
From what you gather, and you guys have heard, mirelings. You've heard that term
Yeah.
thrown around. A
Okay,
lot
so they are
as-
mirelings. Okay.
These are probably them. I mean, you've never seen a mireling, but you would imagine that they are that's what they are. Yeah. And
Okay. Well, in that case, how long do I assess that we have if I've seen them before they get to us?
they'll probably make it. They're moving through the Yeah, they're moving through, and so you get a good 5 minute. They're moving kind of like piecemeal in quick jerky movements to kind of try to throw you off. So you've got about a minute maybe to make any preparations you want to make.
Okay. Can I try to? They seem to be kind of like sitting in the water.
Yeah, they're about
like moving through the
deep.
water.
Yes.
Before we do anything else, I'm just gonna cast aid.
Okay.
It's one action and it lasts 8 hours. It seems like a good idea. It just everybody's hit point maximum go up by and current hit points go up by 5.
All right.
Wicked. So.
There is
Yeah.
this
Absolutely.
potential.
And yeah, so I mean, if we see them moving aggressively towards us, like they're trying to close as they're getting close.
Oh, they are.
Okay, so as they're getting
And
close,
as soon
the
as
blast
Cass
spell will
pointed
go
out,
off.
you can kind of see them. They're very hard to miss. They're also rather large. They're big. They're
Molly reaches into her hammer space and pulls out Barnabas.
All right. You got Barnabas out. All right. So yeah, they are coming towards you.
Bless goes up.
Bless goes
What
up.
goes up?
All right.
Bless.
Bless.
You have the blessings
On
of
the 3 of us.
Yep. Great.
Yeah.
And so we'll start with whatever happens next.
Okay. So we don't do a break. That's what our producer is saying. So all right. They're gonna put the screen up and we will all be vanished for a minute or two. Bye everyone. We'll be back in 5 minutes, 10. 5 minutes. Okay. Sit tight. We're back in 5 minutes. If you want to get stretched, this is your chance. Go to the bathroom, all that jazz. Cool. All right. Yes. Hydrate.
Yeah, I need to go boil some water, so it might take me slightly longer than 5 minutes, but I'll be.
That's all right. All right. I'm gonna run up and. Hello, everyone. Welcome back, or welcome for the first time. My name is Lee. I am your humble DM. We are in the middle of a tense fight. Our players are hopping stone to stone through a swamp. They have seen something large and swamp colored, very cute natural camouflage. One of our bard, I think it was our bard who rolled a nat 20, so they noticed them coming. But they are something scary. They have a password that hopefully should defray these creatures. Maybe, maybe not. We shall see. They're on their way to the court of the Blue Crosses to card people to negotiate on behalf of other card people who were also negotiating on behalf of other card people because they're complicated internal politics they've gotten caught up in because someone they need a kidnappee they need to rescue who seems to have been re-kidnapped. Maybe no one knows. There are layers of conspiracy here. They've sent word ahead. We shall see how it goes. So, welcome. Our players should be back right around now. Yes. Okay, there they are. All right. Let's begin. So, you see them coming. Gorge casts Bless. Molly got Barnabas out. Casu is Casuing. Do you have any particular? I also can't hear you. You're muted, according to. Yes.
I did aid. Sorry, that was
Aid.
my
Oh
bad.
yes, you
I
aid.
did miss
You had
out.
aid
That's
going.
the fan.
I don't know if Gorge had blessed. Did you cast bless?
Yes.
Okay, so you're aided and blessed.
And if I can thaumaturgy one more time, if I can ring it and I can just say like boom my voice out and be like cataclysm and just like
And it hears. Okay, so this booms out. And you notice that some of them come forward. They start coming forward. One of them starts speaking. And okay, do any of you understand primordial or whimsy?
I know whimsy.
Oh, there you go. So you know what they're saying. Yes, tantrum magic. So the whimsy magic. It's a yeah. So as part of being attuned, you kind of are tuned to the weirder, complicated magics of the world, including this. And
I also
um,
speak whimsy in case it's relevant.
no, but Molly would hear them saying that was one of them. Yes, we've been ordered to delay them, keep them out of here. Are they the ones? Doesn't matter. No. Orders are go back to headquarters. Report. We'll keep them busy.
They weren't impressed by that. Molly just whispers to Gorge.
So there's someone going away.
Yes. In fact, one of them does duck back and start heading toward the keep.
How many of them?
What?
Sorry.
What are you trying to do? Oh, sorry.
How many of them are we looking at? Like, what would have my
there are
natural
5.
20?
There are
What's
about
my
5
estimation?
coming towards you. One of them does ditch out. So it's down to 4 now. Presumably, they had conflicting orders about what to do with this particular passphrase because it was good and now it's less good. So they have conflicting orders and they need to get more. So the plan is keep you busy. What that means, you're not sure, but that's seemingly what they're saying among themselves.
Okay.
I'm going to take a bead on one of them and fix him with a hunter's mark.
The one that's running off to speak to the castle people or one of the other ones?
Yeah. No, let's just let that guy go. Sod it. Yeah, one of the other ones. The nearest one to us.
Okay.
Unlikely I could take him down quickly enough, so.
All right. So you say. All right, they are closing in. Gaping.
Do they look hostile?
Yes. They
Okay.
They're definitely keep them busy. So presumably they intend to fight. Well, that's Molly would have known that, but they definitely are carrying are they carrying something? Let me check something.
Can I get a vibe if we're dealing with spellcast?
Yeah.
Can I get a vibe if we're dealing with spellcasters or if it's martial or a combination?
No, they have large claws and teeth, and they don't seem like they're gonna cast spells. Certainly
Okay.
not. They certainly are large and muscular and have sharp things. So you're guessing that at least part of what they can do is rip and tear and bite. So probably
As
not necessarily spells.
so seeing all this happen, as I see the one peel off,
Yeah,
my spear will fly out at it,
at the one that's running
at the
off.
one that's running away.
Um. Okay. Okay. That is an option. Um. That is legit. Let me write this down. Notes. So you got that guy. You got. Yeah, we're just gonna give them B, C, D, and I will say that D is the nearest to you and Molly, and therefore has been hunters marked. Um, so the one throwing the spear. What's okay? So the range, they're pretty close. That's probably not a consideration. Though you will lose the spear. Unless it has some sort of chain of returning.
Nope.
Okay. Spear's gone, and what's the attack? Yes.
Oh,
I'm gonna
that's a 14.
That hits. Roll
Wicked.
damage.
6 damage, piercing, and then she'll take out her pike.
Okay. Um. Interesting. That puts it down to that. Takes your pike out. Okay. Give me a
Should
little
we?
bit.
Should we?
All right. So yes, everyone. Molly throws the spear. They're all closing in. Everybody, roll initiative. Okay, I'm gonna use.
Nat 20.
All right. So A, B, and it's A, B, C, and
9.
D.
The
9
worst
for-
thing to
okay,
roll
so-
a nat 20 on, in my opinion, is initiative. But
Yes, the
you
pass has got 20, and what's the total on that?
22.
22. Okay, and who had the 9?
Uh, Gorge.
Gorge has a 9. What about Molly
18.
Fox? What's
18.
your 18?
Remember, all
Okay.
your attacks are made with a D4.
Yes, you all get a extra D4 from Bless. 18. Then Professor is going to start. Well, we'll get to that when we get to that. In the meantime, Messenger gets that one, and then I will. So he has. Wait, what's their plus on that? None. So okay, so he has this initiative. No, he has this initiative. Then you have agreed that. Oh, we need to do one more. Hang on. Ooh, not great. Then it was this one, this one, this one, this one. Right. So it's yeah. So you go. Then you had. Oh, also interesting. But you go first because you have the higher. Right. We said that this one, that. Right. So we could. And that. Okay. All right. Initiative has been rolled. Cass, you are going first. You have a 22 initiative. You are speedy. You are mounted. You are
Yes.
powered.
What is how far away from me are these folks?
The nearest to you would be like 10 feet.
Okay. And how are they spaced?
So it's what you have is there the four of you've two of you. You're taking up 2 spots, right? Because you're mounted on the professor and Molly's mounted on Gorge. So there's 2 there's one that's directly in front of Molly Gorge. There's one that's directly in front of you and Professor. There's one that's slightly to the side of so it's
Can I fit all of them in a 20-foot cube?
um Yeah, actually, because they're all kind of spaced. Yeah, you could fit all of them in 20-foot cube.
Great. I'd like to cast Fairy Fire, please.
Oh, fairy fire. Okay, sure. Now it's a dexterity saving throw, if I recall correctly. Yes, and then
Correct.
they all have. Everyone gets the advantage on them, and if they're invisible, they become visible.
If
Oh,
they
because of the
fail the
swamp, that
dex.
actually would help a lot. Their camouflage, yeah. So they all have to roll dexterity saving throws, right?
Yep.
Okay. Um.
The DC is 13.
Okay. He's out of that cube, I will say. So. Actually, yes. Okay. So he makes it anyway. DC 15. You said.
13.
Okay. So 13. Oh, yeah, he
Yep.
makes it. So we got a. Well, that does not make it. So is fairy fired. Let me note that down. Then B makes it. So you don't have a fairy fire. What about also makes it? And last one. Wow, nope. Nope. Okay. All right. So two of them, you cast this cube. You see Cass strum the lute, and suddenly there's this big puff of pink something. And I'm guessing your fairy fire is pink? Doesn't actually have to be.
No, it's green.
All right, it's green. So you see this bright green light. Two of them managed to duck down and avoid it, but two of them just are covered in basically green glitter. They have this weird green glow to them in any case, and they are very noticeable. You kind of see them a lot better. So
That's
very
A
nice.
and D who failed.
Which one failed?
I'm asking. Was it A and D? Did you say?
A and D, yes. And D is the one that's Hunter's marked, because it's the one that's right in front of Gorge and Cassie. C is to the side of him, and then right in front of you is B, and then and the other one to the side is A.
Okay.
So yeah. So the
Great.
one.
So I'm doing that, and then I believe I have let me just check. I have another thing I can do. Is it? Yeah. Okay. Oh, damn it! I should have done this first. Oh well. Never mind. I should have bonus actioned that first. Never mind. Okay, I won't do that. That'll be the end of my turn. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. She cast Fairy Fire. Two of them are glowing green, and they're off on their way. One of them is running off with a spear in his back. The other four are closing in, and it then falls to B. So we go side and then side. Yes. So B is the one right in front of Professor and Cass, and is going to. I'm gonna have to figure out. I guess I'm gonna have to run the Professor in combat. Who is going to start going?
If you want to give me the sheet, I'll run it.
I can. I think I can do it.
Okay.
Because I know exactly what it's gonna do. You are gonna. It's gonna go for you. Gonna go trying to snag you. He has large, clashy teeth. Is going straight for Cass. With the large, clashy teeth, and I think they have multi. Do they have multi attack? Yes. One with its bite, so it's gonna try and bite you. Trying to bite you and claw the professor. So snappy snap. Ooh, that's pretty good. Does a 17 hit Cass?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, I think so.
Snappy snap. Okay,
Yes,
so
definitely
they
does.
They do yeah, they do 8 damage. its maximum actually, as it snaps into you, and then it's gonna claw for the professor. So it's gonna go for the claws. That's a all right. What? Okay, have the character sheet out. Of course not. But actually, that misses anyway, so we're good. So d6s. So that's okay. Meantime, you guys are there. Let's all right. So okay, right. Two. Oh yes. So d10s. Okay, so while that's happening, it is Professor who gets okay. Read on that. That was an initiative count. They got pretty good initiative, but Molly's going next. So
Molly has not broken her aim. She takes careful aim, and as she pulls the trigger, the cartoon blunderbuss that is Barnabas looks like it's kind of going to cough. Its barrel kind of makes a sort of choky coughing motion, blows up a little bit. The eyes kind of go wide, and I fire.
Okay.
And I get 17.
Okay. Yeah. So that's 17. You said. Definitely hits. Which one are you firing at?
The one that's Hunter's marked.
Okay, that's the one directly
Which
in
is
front of
also
you.
fairy fired.
Who's also fairy fired. Yes, you have advantage if you want to.
Okay.
And you have a D4. The bless goes on everything, right?
Nat
Axe saving throws,
20.
okay.
Yay.
Wait, it's a nat 20?
Yeah,
That-
if I
On the
if
advantage.
I've got
Okay, good.
advantage, then
Yep, that's Hunter Mark and fairy fired, and
That's what I like to hear.
there's one there because that's the one that you. Yes. Okay, so go for it. That's what's the damage on a Barnabas?
D12 and then plus the
Okay.
D6 for
So you
Hunter's
have
mark.
right. So it's a D12. So it's 12 points of damage plus a D12, plus your damage bonus plus the D6.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the damage bonus? Oh yeah.
Right.
So 12 plus the D12. 18, 19, 25.
Okay. On this guy. Okay. Okay. That's ow. Okay. Definitely ow. Are you gonna stay on Gorge's shoulders for the combat for now? Because Barnabas has some range, right?
I don't really want to risk getting wet, so yes.
All right.
Unless George wants to throw me off. But for now, we will be combined as Mecha, Gorge, Molly, whatever.
All right.
Molly squared.
Molly Gorge. Okay.
Molly squared.
Yeah. You have all the power of both of you on top. Okay. You're unstoppable. Maybe. Okay. So you had an 18. That's okay. 50. Okay. So that is. I'm gonna make that. Okay. Yeah. So it's A, who's the one slightly to the side of Professor, a little over farther, is also going to go, same theory, gonna bite for Cass and claw at the Professor. Snappy snap. Damage. Snappy snap. Yep, that hits. I'm guessing 18 hits.
Who?
Cass.
Yes.
Yes.
17 hit, 18 will hit.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. Then, in which case,
Sorry.
it is a
I think I
one of
stalled
these
for a
plus
second
that.
there. Yes.
6 points of damage only this time. And snappy snap. Okay.
Yep.
Coming at you. The okay, right, and then this is 3 oh, and then okay, this is the first round. Okay. Just gotta keep track of that because there's a thingy that goes happen. Going for that. The other one is gonna claw at. Right. So it's that hits. Yes, that hits. So we're going with. Okay, minimum damage. So that's Professor does get a little bit of a claw to the side. We'll note that up here. Okay.
Which side? The horse side or the human? The humanoid
Um,
side?
along the human, the right back leg of the horse flank.
Okay.
A little bit in the rump. And that brings us to the other marrow, right? Because Gorge got a 9. So the other marrow is that one is the one that is B, the one that's right in front of. No, they already went. Right. So it's the one that's side, the ones in front. Yeah, those two already went. So we're oh, it's Marrow C, the one that's on the other side of Gorge, Molly Gorge. Who's gonna jump and try to bite at Gorge and claw at Molly.
Okay.
So snappity snap at Gorge.
Good luck.
That is a. They have a plus. What's their plus to hit? Um, that's a 15.
17.
All right. It clangs off your armor, and the clawing going toward who? The clawing going toward Molly is yes, to Molly Fox is also a 15.
Just hits.
Okay.
Dissonant with silvery barbs.
Oh, silver barbs. Okay, that's a reaction. Yes.
Yep.
Okay, so Molly takes the damage, and what this, and then silvery barbs is some sort of
No.
reaction damage causing.
No,
Or is
she doesn't take that. She doesn't necessarily take the damage. You have to re-roll. It imposes disadvantage essentially.
Oh, I see. Okay. Let me actually roll it flat surface. So that was higher.
Okay.
So it does still hit.
And I give advantage, so I guess advantage somebody else as well, and I'm going to give that advantage to Gorge.
Okay, Gorge, you have advantage on your next turn. Cool. And this one attacking Molly gives. Ooh. Why don't we reroll them? Two. Okay, yes, that probably was in your favor. So you take 4 points of damage.
Okay.
Yeah, we've taken one more on the other day. So 4 points of damage. And the so the that's yes, 4 points of damage. So take 4 points of damage on this guy and then those two guys, and then it is Gorge's turn, and you have advantage and bless on you, and
Right.
so you're blessed and advantage, and some of them are fairy fired. I don't think you got a boon on the hunter's mark. So
I will leverage nearly none of that. As I run by, so here's what I would like to do, Lee. I would like to run by and give 14 points of lay on hands to Kaz.
Okay.
I would like and I want to run by Kaz in the direction that the one was running away.
Okay. So if you're right next to Kaz, so you can just reach over and grab Kaz and just like
boom. And
here,
then
be healed.
Can I like push through the line where they are? Is there like a way
yes,
through?
but you will take 2 attacks of opportunity.
Can I? So here's what I want to do. I want to use the spell command on the runner to use the approach command.
Oh,
Can
you
I
want
do
to?
that from where I'm standing, or do I
Oh,
have
yeah,
to
you
get
can do that from
further?
where you're standing. He's not that far yet. I'll
Okay.
allow that. Sure.
So I will. That's a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. Okay, you're not gonna
DC 13.
run. DC 13. Okay,
If
you're
I
not
don't
going
need
in.
to, I don't need to.
Yeah, no, you don't need to. DC 13, you said.
Yep.
And how wise are these guys? Are they wise?
Wiser than
Well,
me,
that's a
blowing all my spell
DC
slots in the
13. You
first
said
combat of the day.
that's 7, and DC 13 is Oh, so they're not gonna get word. They're just okay. I'm trying to think about what's gonna happen because no, they don't have any bonuses to that. So yeah, they're just that is a fail. So the approach command.
Yep. If the target must move forward towards you in the most direct route.
Um, yeah, they're clomping forward.
And that's what they do with their turn. That's all they
Okay,
do with
so
their
when
turn.
it gets around to his turn, which I
Yep.
don't think we roll initiative on you 9. Okay, yeah. So he actually has the turn right after you. So, yeah. So it's just gonna start clomping forward. And where is it? Like right up to you?
Yeah, it will stop if it gets within 5 feet of me.
Um, that's so it's gonna probably go past. I'm trying to think because then it would be standing in the same square as the other one.
It
It's gonna
as
go.
close as it can get. Yeah.
All right, so it's gonna go right behind the. No, it's gonna go past the other one and stand, and past that one and stand like behind you.
Okay. Wicked.
Yeah, because that's the only square within 5 feet of you. And they can go through other people. They're not gonna stop the other one from going through their squares. So yeah, it's gonna go stand right behind you.
Cool.
And that is his turn. So you initiative. Oh, and then the professor's gonna go and start trying to back up. Is gonna start running. Yeah, is gonna start running back, provoking an attack of opportunity from. Which one was it? Yeah, from this. Actually, from both of them. Okay. Ace. Let me check the thing. Let's say that temporarily. Okay. Yeah. So that is a hit. And the hit. So takes these two plus. So that's okay. But he's gonna be out of range and gonna pull a bow and where's the bow? Yes, he definitely pull the bow and is gonna use right. The right. Okay. That's let's say yes proficiency. So 2 plus 4. Okay. So it's gonna fire at one of that definitely hits. Okay, so one of them, which is probably the one who is in front of so probably the B who now takes the longbow. So we'll go with that. Points of damage. Okay. Is down to that. Okay. So fire an arrow. Cass, you're going with because you're on his back, and that's how that's going to play out. Okay. Then Marrow. Oh yeah, the last one. Who's the hunter marked one? Is going to also attack 50-50 split for Gorge Molly. So yeah, that one's for Gorge. Oh, that's a nat
Yay,
one.
dying.
And wow. Okay. So it hits Molly. Does not hit Gorge. Oh, probably should roll a. Hang on. Okay, yeah, no, not a fumble, so nothing bad happens. But does hit Molly. I mean, unless a 18 doesn't hit.
No, 18 hits.
Okay, which is um 7 points of damage.
Okay. Molly
And
cries out in pain
Alright.
as she is ripped, and red ink starts pouring out.
okay.
You'll
turn.
see for flavor, you'll
Mhm.
see Gorge like pointing to like there's like a potion of healing on her belt, and she's like, "Meh, huh."
Yes.
And that's
Yeah.
just gonna be flavor for what I do next turn.
Okay, good to know. So that's turn 2. Here we go. Ready? Cass, that is you. You're a little farther back now, but certainly within range of most spells. You're you
Muted.
can hop down as 5 feet of
Okay,
movement and just
so
go.
yeah.
Went 20
Um,
feet. So
yeah, I'm gonna move. If I can move back to Gorge, I'm gonna
yeah,
hop off and do that. I have only 30 feet of movement now, so
yeah. So it would
it might
be
take
you went
all of
20 feet
it.
back. So 20. Yeah, that's enough feet of movement to get there.
Great. So what I'd like to do is, as a bonus action, I would like to. So who out of these guys? I kind of lost track. Who is fairy fires and impose disadvantage on that. So who is hurt
Yeah. So
out of
the
these
one.
4 of them?
Yes, there are 4 of
It
them.
was
And
yeah.
one standing directly behind Gorge, who's also hurt.
Right.
And
Okay, so let's go to the one directly behind Gorge. Yes.
Okay.
Did you have Gorge? Did you want to say something? No.
um,
Okay. So go to the one directly behind Gorge. I'm gonna go, and that's the one I'm going to target with. I'm not gonna get super close, but I'll be near. So I want to be like not within striking distance of this dude, but within spell distance.
So yeah,
That's
I mean
plenty
you're
of
already within
distance.
spell distance whether you move or not. But
I'll just get off then. I'm just gonna get off of.
yeah, just standing next to. Okay.
Yeah, I just would like to be able to control my own movement, basically.
Yeah.
So
You're hop down. You're standing
I'm
next to.
going
10
to
feet. Okay.
use unsettling words
Sure. Go for it.
to impose a subtraction on the next saving throw. The one behind Gorge makes for its next turn, and that's a 4.
Oh, so it's a -4 on the saving throw.
Yes, and I'm now going to cast Dissonant Whispers.
Okay. Whispery. What do you let me see. Dissonant Whispers is wisdom saving throw?
It is correct, a Wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
So it has to
I don't
roll.
have great wisdom. And it's at -4? That's a 10.
Correct. With a -4, it's a 10. Yeah, that is going to fail. So it's going to take 6 psychic damage. Let's see how my dice are today. Terribly. It looks. Oh, that's not too bad actually. Never mind. One of them. It looked bad for a second. That's actually 6, 7, 8, 9, 14 psychic damage,
Ow.
and it has to use its reaction if available to move as far as its speed allows away from me. It can't go into obviously dangerous ground.
Okay. Important question because it's also under command. How does that wear off after the first turn?
Command as it fizzles at the end of their turn.
At the end of their turn.
Yep, because they took their turn getting close to me.
Okay. Question is, does
Dissonant Whispers playing yo-yo? I'm just gonna play yo-yo with this person.
Yeah, no, I would say Dissonant Whispers, because supersede. So he's gonna just at the end of their turn. You said. So it's gonna move
So
as
it
far
used
away
its
from
turn
Cass
already,
as
right?
possible.
It's
and
using its reaction now
yes, to move as far
to
away
move
from
away
Cass
from
as
me.
possible.
Yep.
Um,
And as it does, it will incur opportunity attack from me.
yep, it will.
That was what
So
I was hoping.
it's gonna run. Because you were here and you were there. Yeah, and you went back. So yeah, it's gonna go perpendicular. It's gonna start. You start going that way. And Gorge, you get an opportunity attack, and Molly, you also get an opportunity attack because you're in the same square and
have
it's running away.
the
So
advantage at all? The hunter's mark?
yeah, with advantage. No, no, it didn't get fairy fired, but it Oh, but it.
Is an 18 a hit?
18 does hit.
A and D were
Okay,
fairy
it
fired.
was an 11
Ow.
damage.
Okay, that makes it down to. Okay. Molly, what's.
I rolled a 1, so I imagine Barnabas just coughs up a big, thick, black cloud of smoke and
Yes.
makes a
Roll
retching
a
noise.
d20 real quick. Roll a d20. Another one, just a raw number.
18.
Okay, you're fine. Fumble is a thing. If you're getting
like
that one,
it
but
too.
19, you're fine. So, because if you roll a nat 1 and you roll badly the next one, some bad things might happen.
Did the spear is the spear still in him?
Is it designed to like hook? Is it a barb thing?
No, probably not. It's usually something I fight with hand to hand.
Right. So I would say
Fell off in the swamp somewhere.
say there's about a 3/4% chance it.
They did after.
No, it's still in him.
Okay.
Yeah, it's stinging him. He's running off past. You kind of cough him, you grab him. He's not doing so good. And is there. Oh, which means that. That. Okay, this is good to know. Good to know. Okay, then. So that's Cass's, and he went on its reaction. So it doesn't have a reaction now, which means can't make opportunity attacks. Okay, so that leaves. Next one is B, who was right in front of. Was right in front of Cass and the professor, and now is not because the professor moved. So is going to go running forward toward you guys, and probably gonna go for. Professor. Okay. So
Poor guy. He's getting beat up.
yeah, okay, one of them hits. And so it does kind of misses with the claws, but does 4 points of damage with the teeth. The claws kind of miss. The professor just moves to the side, kind of sidesteps and swings the hind legs to avoid the thing, but gets bitten in the arm by the bite. And that is this, which, okay, good to know. And that is so it's 9, 8, 6, and 16. It's 16. No, 17 plus 6 is 23 plus. Okay, good to know. All right. Good to know. Okay.
How's the professor looking?
Not terrible. So not quite yeah, I would say not quite like definitely bleeding, not quite like really bad yet, but still not great.
Great
What?
question. Thanks for asking that question. It's hard to remember when you're not when the person's not here. It's like, oh, you're not an NPC, you're a player character. We have to keep you alive.
Um,
Well, we don't, but we'd have some explaining to do when that happens.
To try and keep you alive. Please.
yes,
We just let you
Sorry,
die,
you
Pat.
weren't
Sorry.
here. You got
Sorry,
killed.
Pat.
yes.
Roll a new character?
Well,
Hey,
that's
dem
a
dem the
possibility.
rules, I guess.
I'm just gonna there. Okay, now, so definitely not looking so great, but hanging in there.
Oh,
That
it
one's
keeps
that
getting
turn.
worse.
Then, this guy. Okay, so that's his turn. Molly, you are up next.
Okay.
Gorge back.
Molly has been gently stroking Barnabas and like patting him gently as he coughs up another few black rings of smoke.
Yeah.
And then she kind of shakes him a bit and loads him and takes aim again at the hunter's marked one.
Hunter's marked one. That one. Okay, yep. Right in front of you.
And that was a terrible roll. Okay, so that is 13.
Hits.
Oh,
Exactly
wow.
what you needed.
Okay, brilliant. Gun kicks back a little bit more as Barnabas coughs violently still, this time kind of ejecting 2 bullet bees at the same time, which one of which buzzes around confused and disappears off into the horizon, but the other one impacts for... 11, 18 points damage.
18. Okay, that's
You just did
this.
18
Okay.
damage? That's nasty. I love that.
Yeah.
Go you.
Ooh, he is really not looking so good. That brings that down to. Yeah, he looks like a stiff wind could blow him over. Yeah, he's not looking so good. Okay. Yeah.
Do it. Do it.
So the one that's about to die is fairy fired hunter's marked is not the one that just got sent off into the water.
No, that's
No.
another one that's running off. Who also is not, less than healthy, but is doing better than his friend. I'll tell you that. Although,
For now.
for now.
Brackets.
Oh, and he has he has that initiative. He also has it doesn't wear off till the end of his turn, right?
Dissonant
Which one?
Whispers is just
The command
requires
doesn't wear off until the end of his turn.
the command
It's
he already
not. It's
complied with.
instantaneous. He complied with it. It's fine.
It's over.
Oh, command. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, it's not suggestion.
Okay, so he's already
Done.
past that.
Yeah, and same thing with Dissonant Whispers. It's instantaneous. They're both
Instantaneous. So he just runs and then he can now have free movement to do whatever.
You can now have free movement. Just enjoy that psychic damage.
Yes. Because he's not so good either. But he's not also not. It's not his turn. It's okay. It's Molly's turn. Then so Molly happened. Then Gorgeous that. No, he's there right before. Okay, the one that side is going to go for Gorge and Molly.
Go for Gorge.
Go
Okay,
for
he's gonna just
Gorge,
go for Gorge.
baby. What?
Gorge
Yeah,
is
it's gonna try
election campaign slogan.
Okay, yes, it's gonna
Go for Gorge. President
that's
of
probably not gonna
killing
be
random
much.
stuff in a mushroom circle.
12 and a 14. Neither which hit, right? All right, so you just clank your armor up and you just snarls at you.
I think it's more like the the pike just went into the sky behind me, and I see this one coming down, and I rail my pike around and smack the claws out of the way.
I mean,
Oh, it's a bite. I drive the
both.
teeth back.
Both. He goes one each. And okay, yes. So he does not do so well. The other one was okay. Yeah, that was him. Oh, yeah, that was him. And then that is the next guy is also yeah, because they're all just clustered around you now. Because that one went yeah, that one went for you. That one was the one that went for the thing. Yes. Okay. So um, you went and did the thing. Then yeah, he went for you. See, yes. So he's also going to go for you because they're basically clustering you on three sides at this point. Yeah, also going for Gorge. That's a
17
18,
hits.
and the other one's higher, so both hit. Okay, so it's these 2 plus 4 is okay. Not 11 between them.
Okay. We don't lose bless, just narrowly. 11
Good.
damage, you said?
11, yeah.
Okay, cool.
All right. So this guy went. This guy went. Now it is. Yeah, they go back after. So I'm gonna say, Gorge goes first of all the 9 because everyone is on the same terminus shift. So Gorge goes first
Okay.
because you're awesome like that.
So right now there is one the one that's about to get knocked over is right in front of me.
Yes, right in front of you
Okay,
guys.
cool. I am gonna give him business. It's a nat 20,
Yes.
so I just kill it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He
Wicked.
coughing blood,
So-
falling back into the swamp water.
So
Just
so this pike, as it came up and it tried to nosh me, so I knocked the claw away. I drove the teeth back, kind of with the brunt end of it.
Yeah.
And then I spun the pike around and drove it right into the back of his head. And as I
Yeah.
do that, I will grovel to, I will put my hand on Molly on my neck, and I'll drop a my divine touch, the Akari thing,
yes.
into them. How hurt were you?
I had taken 11 points of damage total.
Okay, so I'll give you 11.
There we go.
And then she'll point at the one that's running away, and she'll says, "Kaz, please." It's not a man. Kaz. Not. She's also not whining. Kaz, do not let them get away.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's the end of my turn.
All right. Oh, right, because they. Okay, now they're getting interesting. Okay. So that is.
When you
Gorgeous
accidentally
turn.
remind the DM of what the NPC was doing.
Yeah. Then this guy who is going to keep running, just go. Keep going. He's running away. Just is gonna run. And you notice him start looping back toward the keep, sort of, but keeping a wide berth around you guys because he does not want to die. He's hurt, but not on death's door, but pretty close. Okay, you're dead. The hunter's mark. If the target of the hunter's mark dies, can you move it to another?
I can, yes. And that is
Okay.
exactly what I'll do. I will
Yes.
draw a bead on another one.
Yes. There are 2 of them that are trying to attack you. One who's trying to attack the professor and one who's running away. So
I'll draw a bead on the one that's running away this time.
okay. he cannot catch a break. Okay. Um, it's just running. So you're doing that. Okay, that is your. He just runs, and then it's the professor's turn, who's gonna um fire the arrow point blank at this guy. That's not gonna hit. So kind of fumbles with the bow. The arrow just kind of goes over this thing's shoulder and just hits a tree. Oh, in pain, and then is that's their turn. That's his turn. That's not risking it. You right because you knew that from last time. BC. Okay, so that's well, he's dead. So that ends initiative because the one who would have gone last is dead. So back to the top of the round. Oh,
Nothing.
okay, Cass, you
I
are.
heard ends initiative. I was like, we killed everything?
No, the one who would have gone last is. Oh, it's the third turn. Good to know. All right, the end of the things happen. Cass, your turn.
I'm like, I don't have any distance things I can do, really. How far away from me is the closest enemy?
20 feet. So you're roughly 20. Oh, there's one that's right next to you because they're hitting on the professor. And you're right next to the professor. Yeah, one diagonally, 5 feet diagonally. There's.
Is that one fairy fired?
That one would be. That one is fairy fired in A, which was.
A and D
Yeah.
were fairy fired.
Yes, A and D were. D is dead. A, yeah, that's the fairy fired one.
I'm gonna attack it with my rapier in that case.
All right, stabby stab. Go for it.
Well, that's a 14.
With the D4?
Oh, plus a D4. Correct.
Yes. It does hit anyway, but.
I lost my D4. Oh, I don't have a D4. Oh, there it is. Got it. I have to use the same dice. Sorry. The rule. 16.
Yes, absolutely hits.
Okay. And now it's going to be, I can't remember what it's plus. 1d8 plus.
Dex.
Thank you. Well, that's terrible. That's going to be 4
Or strength.
piercing damage. Oh, you don't want
Either
me to
or.
use strength. That's a -2. It's definitely going to be Dex.
You have a -2 strength?
Yup. I'm just an enhanced butter.
Just a
Not
little
my
guy. Just a little guy.
Just a little guy.
Little guy with big strength.
I am just a little guy. Don't hurt me.
Okay.
I love the image of this block of wormy cheese jumping from rock to rock with this little foil and just going, ha ha! It's amazing. It's wonderful.
Yes.
I am 3'2".
You just like, ha ha! A foul beast. A foul beast.
Yes. I am enhanced butter. Nobody question what I am. Definitely not legal.
Definitely. Although you do get an exception from the legality because you're sentient. Therefore, you get citizenship, and as a citizen, you're exempted from penalties to your existence. And actually, depending on what
that's
province
nice.
you're in. Oh, that's a province in the because of the You could go to the. Hang on, you guys could end up in. You're probably not going to because of how the plot's gonna happen, but you totally could go. Sorry.
Well, we could just not do any of that. We could just go and hang out with the chess
you
people.
Could just run off to Wonderland and go hunt the snark.
I think it's important that we do.
Yeah, you could.
Molly needs to.
Yeah, it is there.
For legal reasons.
Yeah, sure. You could go snark hunting if you wanted.
Yay.
You won't get paid if you. Although you'll still get the golden because you'll find out where it happened to him. You can. Um. Oh, but you'll. And,
No spoilers, Lee.
right. Depends on what happens. Things go according to plan. You might die in the swamp.
Yes,
Depending on
that's
whose
my
plan they go
goal.
according to. But you probably won't.
Transition goals: dying in a swamp.
Okay, so that's Cass's turn. Does the pointy pokey bit. B, who is on right, yeah, is going to go for Gorge Molly, one of each. Um, is that's a that's a 2 on the Gorge. And well, actually, no, it's a 2 on Molly. Hang on, that's a um, uh, 15 doesn't hit Gorge, right? And um, 7 doesn't hit Molly.
No.
Okay, both miss, and they just chomp and you claws at Molly and chomps at Gorge, and you bat the teeth away, and the claws, and you because Gorge bats the teeth away, the claws miss Molly, and that's its turn. That brings it back to Molly. You've just been missed by one of them, who you've got that going. Who's a little bit damaged. The other one on you is not at all damaged. One of them is dead, and the one is running away.
I try to ignore the ones leaping and snapping and clawing at my paper thin legs as I rest on top of Gorge. But Gorge is pretty tall, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then so I keep my aim as steady as I can with Gorge jumping around the place, and I fire at the one running away.
Okay. It's relatively within range. Sure, he's only had one turn.
And that is a 20.
It's got a crazy range on it.
4.
24 hits.
Yeah.
It's
Heavy crossbow, you can hit out to like 450 feet. It's
that
crazy.
Is a 10, 14.
14, you said?
17.
He's dead. 14 is enough to kill him, I will tell you.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're going for what? The head? Where's the bullet bee going?
Yeah, I imagine the bullet bee goes bzzz, and then Flight of the Bumblebee plays, and then it just strikes it right straight in the back of the head, and
it kind of falls backward as the bullet, and it kind of twitches a little bit, and just whoosh, backward into the muck, and it is
bullseye.
Yep. So you're dead. Just it happens.
You can move your hunter's mark again.
Yes, you can move the hunter's mark now because you killed the one that had a hunter's mark.
Okay, I move it onto one of the ones that is currently attacking us.
B or C?
Let's go for B.
Okay, you are now hunter's mark. A was the one that's because the A is fairy fired, and therefore they were attacking them. So yes, okay. So also has taken some damage. Not a lot of damage, but has taken. Oh yeah, Professor shot him. That's why he took damage. Okay, so that brings your turn. You already went. You, that is fairy fired and has just been stabbed by Cass, is going to try to attack Cass because you just stabbed him, and he does not like being stabbed. And you're right there, standing next to the professor, and you're very tasty looking. And oh wow, you roll 2 of the same number on the 18 hits. Yep. Okay, so you take 2 of these plus an extra. Boom. Okay, that's 14 points of damage.
Yep.
Okay. Wait a second. That might be a factor. Not right now, but in the future. That is a possibility of something. I didn't even think of that, but that is, I'm going to look something up real quick. In the meantime, it is Marrows. Okay, you went. You hit a cast. You Molly went. You went. You Right. So you go. Who's also attacking Gorge Molly. Is gonna go for Gorge. Well, that's a 4 and a 3, so that doesn't hit. It just claws impotently at you guys. Um, uh, that, and then it's going to um, do that. Then Gorge goes first of the nines because Gorge is the best. Um, so yes, Gorge is
S-
best. So Gorge goes.
I saw Molly focus their energy on B.
Um,
Yes.
yes, I would say
Okay.
yes. You would
And
have seen that.
they're the injured one.
Yes, B is injured. A is injured. Yes. So
So a ring of fire will fill Gorge's eyes, and she says,
oh
so this is flavor for a vow of enmity that I'm putting on them, and
sure.
she'll say she'll bring the pike around to them, and she'll say, I fell from the heavens. I came to this place. I will not be felled by you and your runaways. And she'll stab into it.
Oh, okay.
All right, 13, 8, 22
Hits.
to hit, and then it'll be a 6 damage.
6 damage. Okay. And it's the vow of enmity just does damage, or does it give them any kind of weird markety
Nope, it just gives me advantage against them.
advantage against them? That's worth knowing. Okay. So but six
Me,
damage.
just me.
Okay, that's still useful to know. 6 which is 4 minus. Okay. Okay, still up, but
And you'll see like the resplendence, like usually with the bracers, when she wakes up from a long rest, they'll shine like a really bright gold, and they're
mhm.
starting to look like more of a tarnished brass at this point. Like there's just a little bit of gold left in her right
Oh,
arm.
interesting. Good to know. Then you're hurt. You're hurt. Due to her dead. Okay, so Gorge went. Now it is. Well, he's dead. So now it's just the professor, who is going to, try the boppy thing again, because uh, oof. Yeah, that does not hit. Um, that does not hit. Um, the arrow kind of goes back and doesn't break exactly, but it kind of flops off past. The professor's very nervous because he's surrounded and this is not good. He's flustered. He's not doing well in combat. So Professor fails.
He's got the one with fairy fire on him, right?
Yeah. Oh, right. So he has advantage.
He would attack flat with the longbow.
Oh, right, because he's at close range. Still wouldn't hit, but good to know. Okay. Then, um, that he's the last one because the other one died. So, um, back to the top of the round. Uh, all of you roll perception checks.
3.
You're focused on these guys. This is your yeah. You got these two of them just snapping at you. Um,
I get
17.
17. Okay, and Molly.
perception. 23.
Okay, so you have a little bit of a vantage point because you're on Gorge's back, and you notice there are 3 cards, zagging towards you through the muck.
Okay. Can I spot the insignia on the cards, the suit?
They are a 2 and 2 threes of the blue crosses.
Okay. We've
Yep, they
got
got
blue
blue X's on
crosses
them.
incoming. Molly
Yeah,
says.
okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah, you don't get a much help because you only got okay. Good to know. They have to roll. Okay, they're gonna have. All right, but they're gonna be their turn after next, so they're coming. In the meantime, and I think Cass, you see them too as well. Gord, you do not see. Oh no, you probably would have heard Molly say that, but you haven't seen them. Okay, so the end of the round, it is Cass. You see them coming. You see the one that's trying to attack the professor, and also you, and is just Oh, and also you're immune to disease and poison damage. Um,
Yep.
and can move. Um,
I have resistance to poison. I'm immune to disease, and I have resistance to poison.
yes. Um,
I wanted to ask about this stuff that we're skipping around. I meant to ask last time, but I didn't. The like mud and muck that were in like the swamp. Are there
Yeah.
any? Is there any area of it that would be classified as rapidly moving?
no. It's just blooming. Yeah.
Cool, then I'm fine. So we see. Describe. Can you repeat for me again what it is that I see? Because I don't think do I see as much as Micah or?
Yeah, I would say you probably catch out of the corner of your eye. You see them running. They're definitely blue. You can tell that there are 3 of them, and they're blue, and they have very low numbers. You can't get a good gauge on how many, but definitely low, which is there's a whole hierarchy system, so low level grunts coming towards you might be a thing, might not be. So you got them coming, the 3 of them, and yes, you're pretty sure they're blue crosses. It's a little hard to make out, but yeah.
Okay.
And you have one. You're standing next to the professor. You have one that's right up on your grill, snapping at both of you. There's 2.
Okay, I'm gonna look at the one that's right up that I just stabbed,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll be like, "Basta, hold, stop. Why did you come and attack us? If you
Are you trying to cast persuasion or a spell?
No, I'm not trying to cast anything. I'm just trying to get him to chill.
Listen.
And if it doesn't, if they don't, I will stab them. So I'm just trying to say that to get a like
Reaction.
chill, or I stab you again.
You can either roll persuasion or intimidation.
Let's go with persuasion. I'm just trying to be logical, you know. I'm a little 3'2" enhanced butter person.
It's a little guy.
That's a little guy. That's a little guy. Okay, so that's a 19 on the die, which means it's a 22, 3, 4, 24.
Okay, good to know. Okay, that one's not next in the round, but coming up. So when he comes up, he may or may not do something depending on. And talking is a free action, which means you can do something else.
So I'm gonna hold my action then.
Hold your action to see what he does.
To see what he does. To like essentially, I'm not holding it to see what he does. That's not the trigger. See what he does. No matter what he does, you get stabbed.
No,
I'm gonna be careful about how I'm phrasing my hold my action. I'm gonna hold my action for in case he starts to attack me. I will very quickly stop him first. So if he looks like he's going to attack me, if he makes any aggressive gesture towards me, I will stab him.
Just towards you?
Or anyone else, or any of my allies. Thank you very much.
All right. Good to know. Okay. That is. Oh, and they have 2 turns.
Or if he starts to cast a fucking spell. We didn't say they're spellcasters, but you know.
No. Yeah, no, they are not spellcasters. You've seen them. They're rip tear chomp monsters. They have not cast a single spell.
I think as the bard, you would be the best versed in fucking magic. I do believe in one D&D. That's what the spell list is called for bards.
Yeah, it is. It's my fucking magic.
Hell yeah, love that for you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's yes, you have the magic, power of awesomeness. Then you do the thing. Then the one who is attacking. Okay, that one's the one on you. The one on Gorge and Molly is going to go for Gorge. Both of them. Both attacks on Gorge. Okay. Well, that misses. And 17 hit.
Yes.
Okay, good. So, and I get one of these, and so 5 points of damage,
Okay.
and it's snarling and you at you. Teeth and maws, just it does not like you. It's also injured. Okay, that's
Save
you.
on the concentration. Nat 19.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you save. So you're all still blessed. Hashtag blessed. Yes. Molly, you have two of them. One of them is hunter marked and injured. The other is just not injured or hunter's marked. But is no, it's not fairy fired either. One of the fairy fired one. Yeah, no, it's not fairy fired, but it is. It's not fairy fired, hunter mark, or injured at all. But one of them is all at least hunter's marked and injured. So, which one are you going for?
I will hit the injured hunter's marked one.
Okay.
Taking carefully. I roll a 20 total.
20. That hits.
And I do only 9 points damage this time.
9. Okay, that's only all right. That's that minus this is that. Okay, so it is definitely more hurt than it was, and it kind of turns on you and growls. Does not like you. Oh, and it just had its turn too. So, you, then you, and then yeah, you. Oh, Professor, that one is going to go for. Oh, right, that's the one that Cass talks to. Okay, it's going to. It is going to call out to the others. Okay, you speak whimsy, so you would know what it said. It's going to call out the others. These might be more than we can handle. Should I call for? And then kind of looks.
I'm gonna glare.
They're clearly 10 minutes. Yeah, they're gonna say they're clearly not the ones we want, right? They clearly have some connection, and we can't get word back.
Too right, you wee
And
middens. Get moving.
and you're gonna say that in whimsy.
Yeah.
I will also, if I can also reply,
You speak
I'll
whimsy.
say, yes, I do.
Okay, then you can say whatever you want.
What does this sound like to Gorge?
Gorge?
What does whimsy sound like?
Oh,
May
or,
I?
Is it Simlish?
yeah, like that. All right. Yeah.
And she's just sitting there. She's like,
You
I
know
wish
the
I had gone to hell instead.
you know the okay, very specific reference. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? The Tweety birds that go around Roger Rabbit's head.
Yes.
That's how I imagine the vibe of the language of whimsy.
I think you're pretty
Personally,
close to it, actually. Yeah.
is that fit? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say we aren't looking for trouble. Why did you attack us? We just want to come to your castle.
And he's gonna turn
We
to you.
said the password. What is your problem?
It was an old one. They stopped using that one. They specifically said they were stopped using that one.
Okay, yeah, well, we didn't get the memo. Maybe
Yes,
you
but
need
that
to be
means they didn't
better
tell you
at.
in-
Well, you should be better at communication.
And he's gonna. You know what he's gonna do? He's gonna
What's he
attempt.
gonna do?
He's gonna try to grapple Cass.
Well, I'm gonna stab him before he tries to grapple me.
Okay, yeah, he's gonna try and grapple
Because
you.
it's an
and you're gonna
aggressive
stab him.
action in my direction.
Yes.
I think that a grapple is fair.
It's aggressive. Yeah.
personally.
No, it's your call on whether you consider that aggressive. Because you're the one who's holding.
Yeah, being grappled is aggressive. Non-consensual grappling is
It's
aggressive.
rather aggressive. Yes.
It can be pretty aggressive when it is consensual.
And also, yes, but more to the point, it's not at this point.
We only
That's
like
true,
It's
too.
not the time. Maybe a horny bard, but this is not the time or the place. 21.
21 hits. So yeah, you stab him. Which
Oh, that's not a D8. That's a D10. That's not what I needed to. Okay, so it's gonna be. Oh, that's not bad. It's better. 8 piercing.
8. Okay. He kind of hisses in pain. Is still gonna try and grab you. Okay, so it is an opposed. He has to use athletics, so he has to use strength. Which, oh wow, he's pretty good at that. You can have an acrobatics check to try evade being grappled.
Acrobatics, for sure.
Bless does not work on ability checks.
Thank you. I would like to argue that it's the performance, but athletics. Did you say
Acrobatics. It's not athletics.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I rolled a 3, so that's an 8.
Oh yeah, he got a 20. Dirty 20.
Cool.
So you're grabbed. He just scoops you up.
Kicks out little
Yeah,
feet
you're-
and you start seeing a swarm of maggots starting to move down my body towards him. Sorry.
He kind of holds. Actually, they don't
Like
have
this
the same
starts to
visceral
swarm.
disgust of maggots as. Okay, that's
That's fair.
you. No, that's his turn. He tried to grapple you. That one. Okay, his turn. So then it's the other guy's turn, and then we have the Cass and Prof. So the other guy is going to go for Gorge and Molly. Is the one who's not injured, Hunter's Mark, or Fairy Fired. And that is a 18, a 19 on Gorge and a 20 on Molly.
Yes.
That will hit.
Okay, so for Gorge, it is 4 damage, and for Molly, it is 7 damage.
Yeah.
All right. Then, and I know it's getting close to 6, so I think here's this how it's going to play out. First, we're going to have Gorge's turn.
Stabbing the one
Gorge
I've
go?
enmityed. It's a 20 dirty 20.
Yeah,
to
dirty
hit,
20 hits.
and it's a 4 whole damage. I'm
Ow.
piling it on here.
Yeah. and you see the professor goes next. Is gonna try disadvantage but advantage. So and that is not a nat one, but yeah, no, he can't. It's right up in his grill. He's panicking and can't do anything. So, but that you see the two cards come panting up. Stop! 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 And they're yelling at the Marrow people. The Mirelings. That's the one. Mirelings. Stop! Stop! Don't hurt them! Don't hurt them! Don't hurt them! Kethok. Kethok is the proper term. Don't hurt them. And Cass, you notice that one of them has like a little origami crane. A little origami crane. You're pretty sure Rico was a 10, so this isn't Rico, but it's someone who got the message and heard of it. So, and I'm gonna write this all down so we don't forget. And next, so because it is exactly right ending time, yes. So that next time we will find out. Will these Mirelings stop? Because you just killed two of their friends. Are they going to listen? Because these guys are pretty low ranked, and you just killed. But the Mirelings can listen. What's going to happen? What are their message, and what's the plan with that? Why? How? And what might the response be? Of did you actually stop the kidnapping? Did he run off? Did you do something else? What did you try to double cross the green swords? Maybe, maybe not. So tune in on the third Saturday of August to find out. Yes, third Saturday of August, you will find out for sure, one way or the other. Until then, you guys are all there. So I'm Lee, LHawk99 on Twitch. I stream sometimes, a lot of fun. We'll start with player Molly, and then you can nominate the next person, and each of you tell us a little about yourself, what you can, all sorts of cool media stuff you can find, social medias, whatever you want to shout out, and also come to the Transverse next Saturday. We're gonna do a special one shot, I believe. Oh no, it's not the special one shot. It's the usual fourth Saturday all on the table, right?
Yeah.
No, it's a special one shot next week as well because there's
all right. So yeah, special one shot Saturday. Who knows? It's gonna be fun. Very exciting. I don't know exactly the details, but it is going to be awesome, and you should all watch. So, I'm going to be watching. I know that. So, cool. Molly player, what's your vibe? Where can they find you?
My vibe is Cat Good. Molly, you can find me at mollyhitsdifferent.com. You can also please get in contact with me. I am the Dungeon Master for the Concord Nilmananji here on All on the Table. Our episodes go live on Monday mornings. We're about to put episode 15 in the can, and we're so excited to share the end of this first arc with you as it goes along. And I am, I'm just so happy. What a wonderful game. Thank you so much, Lee, and Molly the Fox.
Micah, that's you?
Micah.
Can you not hear us?
I can
we
hear
can't
you,
hear you.
but I can't hear Molly.
Good.
Good.
It's your turn now, Micah.
Well, don't try and find me anywhere, or I'll chip you. I'm Micah, but other than that, doesn't matter. I live in Britain, and almost everyone listening to this probably lives in America. So if you do try and find me, then I commend your effort. Come on over to Turf Island. It's great.
Oh.
Go on, Al.
My name's Elle. I'm also not super on the interwebs, but if you are in Montreal for some reason, I do shows and things that sometimes people can come and see. Just
Pretty
finished
cool.
a puppet show for children, which was
Hey.
lovely, with non-binary puppets.
Ooh, fun.
And if you hate that idea, then why are you on this channel to begin with, first of
That's
all?
fair.
And second of all, I don't care. And third of all,
reevaluate your priorities. That's me. That's how I'm feeling today. I'm in a weird and whimsical mood. I've had to write too many grant applications for the past week, so my brain is fried. Thank you very much, and thank you to Emily and
Yeah,
to everybody, our producer Emily, for being wonderful and fabulous all the
Yes.
time.
Yeah,
And
she's
on top
behind the
of
scenes
things,
making this happen and is awesome sauce. So I think
reason
that's
we
it.
have sound.
As
Yes.
well are all of the AOTT staff. We love Emily. We love Jen. We love
Yes.
Rosa.
Jen is amazing. She's one of the
Working on the
players and
back
the
end with
producer
the
on one of.
data stuff. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Yes. You should all tune into the transverse, other transverse stuff too. It's a lot of fun chatting where just Emily just goes live, like just hanging out, and it's awesome. So, you know,
I'm the
fun stuff.
smartest person where I work, and I only get my news from the transverse.
Yeah, that's what you do. Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's a compliment to your work or not. Is that
It is a university.
flex or an insult?
Yes. So, that's it. Awesome. So, are we gonna do a raid or are we just gonna vibe out? Cool. You could raid into the writing all on the let's see. Cyber transverse lawful stupid. They're doing they're a fun RPG. If you want to raid into another RPG, lawful stupid. Capital L, capital S, RPG, all caps.
That's my alignment.
Hmm.
There you go.
I wish chaotic was an alignment. Just
It
chaotic
is.
Chaotic. Yeah.
Just
That's
It's-
probably
like
if
closer
it's not
to
in
my
alignment-
alignment, actually. Yeah.
If it's not in alignment, it's definitely a gender.
All right, they haven't
Definitely.
started yet quite, but they're
My partner is chaotic.
yeah.
Well, we'll go ahead and
chaotic
write 'em,
fluid.
and hopefully they'll get going soon. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thanks, everybody, all of our players and our host. Love you all, and
Yeah.
we'll see
And
you
you can
in a
catch
month.
back episodes on YouTube.
Yep.
If you're just randomly walked in and you want to figure out what happened before and how they got into this whole mess.
How did it
And
get
if
so
you don't, why are you
complicated?
watching in the first place? Yeah,
How did it
I
get
don't know.
complicated? Wow. Who would have
It's
known?
complicated here in Wonderland.
Who would have thought? All
Bye,
right.
y'all. Okay, and we're out.
Okay. So
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Molly. I can't hear you. I don't know what happened. You just disappeared, and
that happened